Hi, this is IK. Welcome to React Delete. React Delete. Take care. Only React, no Redux, no Tank. Okay, let's go here. When I click Delete, that button, there is Properties on click. That Properties is JavaScript event on click. And that properties equal that properties call function, but cannot call function directly. Call function, you remember last video, there is a defining function or declaring function, there is a reference function, and there is a calling function. That button delete must call function. Call function, and that function will remove this post. We will see how. But at first, how button can call function that rendering don't call that function also. Rendering and re-rendering must not call that function, because after rendering, we see visual interface like now, and only interaction users and our website, only that interaction can delete. How? Click on delete button. Can delete post. Cannot delete post, rendering. How? We call how on click event equal what? Equal arrow function. And arrow function will use call function. Will call use calling function. Let's go to C code. When you're learning something, for example, like in this video, I ask myself, delete, React delete. I spoke about delete. When I go at first in delete button, all started from delete button, but I'm wrong. All started with rendering. We see button delete and all other because is rendered finished. And it is very, very important what rendering give us on screen and give us delete button. When I click on delete button, look at number 3, ID number 3 will be removed. But it is now other story that would be removed without refresh. When I click delete, post 3 would be removed. It is second part of this video. Let's go at first how look at how look code, what activate call function, what we need for deleting this post. Let's go to C code. Here it is. Button with the capital B. It is object. It is a React element, and every React element is object. We look at like object. And this object, React element, there is a properties. Color equal red, on click equal. And here, what we interested in these properties on click. On click equal arrow function. Why? Why arrow function? Why don't directly equal handle delete? Directly. Not because rendering would be would be call that calling function. It is rendering C calling function, rendering call that function, execute that function, but we don't need execution during rendering. We need execution after we click on the button, after contact user and visual contact on the screen with the button, after rendering. And it is possible thanks to arrow function. And when here is arrow function, this handle delete, what is in body of arrow function, cannot be executed during rendering. Handle delete. Okay, we see on click equal handle delete, but parameter of handle delete is post.id. It means that we must write function in this format, call function format. You remember there is a defining function, there is a reference function, it is without parentheses, and now we need parentheses because we need write post.id. How come here post ID? How we can how button and all this code know what post ID? Look at here. Every row there is a delete, and every row also delete post ID. Look at here it is. Post ID 2, post ID 3. Every row there is a post title. Look at post title. Every row there is heading, post heading. Every row have blog post, post.blog post. How? Because declaration of post, state of post, was in a read component. This is read component, what we look at. And when we have post state in read, we have possibility update, immutable update, and we have update post, and postes plural, post state. It means that every post, we code like this, that every post go in one row. And delete button and update button, we only write post ID, what we need. Post ID, it means would be 3. We write it in parameter. Also with update, calling update. In parameter would be concretely post what we click, because all this, what we look at, is, here it is descendant of read component. It is all child, grandchild, grand-grandchild, grand-grandchild, and in every of that descendant can go, it is down, go down, can go down, every of that descendant have access to variable, to state of parents, grandparents, grandparents, etc., etc. What is read? Read have state post. Post is a plural. That state there is array, and array have members. Members are post. Post 1, post 3, post 4, etc. And every post there is 3 fields: post ID, a post heading, and post blog post. And every post, if we sort in one row, columns of row can be ID, heading, blog post, what we see. But let's go to see really hierarchy here, real hierarchy, but that I don't forget. Closure, here is a closure. I never mind that closure have a role like that in these new programs last 10 years and like React. Closure, all that is closure. It means closed function, inner function, have access to variable of outer function. And if we look like that, it can go long, any deep by descending. A child component have access to parent component. Grandchild have access to child. Grandchild have access to grandchild. And we can go deep by hierarchy how we want. Everyone have access to parent, to topic component in hierarchy. And it is a read component here. Here it is the read component. Let's go up. And let's go a little left. Okay. Here it is. Import Barna table and loader from semantic UI React. You must npm e or install and install that semantic UI React. You can see here it is. You can see post package lock.json, and always you can see what there is here in application, and it must you have also if working application, this application from scratch on your computer. And look at semantic UICS. In the future, if you, it is last version, how long I work with it, it is last, of course, I always take last version. But if my application, what you download from Git resources, address is in description below this video. If application don't work, if you start from scratch and coding like look at in my code and learn code, write coding, and your application don't work, you look at what you need. Semantic UICS, but in the error will say you that you need this semantic UICS. It is some kind of some way to look at CSS, UI user interface, semantic UICS. It is some library for formatting our React application. And it is version 2.5. And if your version lasts for 1, 2, 3 years, don't work, you look at what version is mine, and you install that version, and all would be okay. It means for all import what we need. But let's go back to read. Read semantic UI React. And we have a React element, button, table, loader. We need it. And let's go to see, okay, read declaration of post state is here. And it is our state of post. At first, initial rendering is empty, but after use effect and fetch posts, we have posts coming from server, mock server, and we see posts in our post list. And now what I want to say you, we look at in rendering, in return. Look at in return. We only look at in component. A div is HTML element. It is not a React element. And it is not object. This is class name is attribute. Attribute. Div is a small case. Here in link is a capital case, capital letter. And it means that a link coming, let's go to see. Here it is. A link element we import from React router DOM. DOM znači means document object model. And document object model is background. It is memory shadow of user interface. What we see on the screen is HTML coding engrave in memory. In memory. Document object model. Document object model. We have here it is document object model. Document object model, click view page source. It is index.html, and always we will see same document object model, because we call this kind of application single web application. Because here is a single, always and in that we have only element div id equal root. And our React application is connected. And through that div show actual document object model. That actual object model we can see actual object model. We can see here we can see here F12, F12, here it is, and elements, and here it is, heading, all that heading is from single page application. But now in div, we must go in div, in style, body, where is div? Body, div. Look at here, div. I get a zoom in that part. Here it is. It is div. Click here, And you have indeed, we have container, we have home and others, menu, heading, and we have complete document object model, and we call it is actual document object model. Actual document object model. Table class, TED, 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 the body, the row, table row, table row, etc., etc., etc. It is a second document object model in React. Actual, what we see. It is document object model, what we see. And it is possible because JavaScript running in our browser, and running that running complete application running and have a window through our div ID root, and through that window show actual document object model. It means that actual object model is exists in memory, of course, but not in a memory where is a single, not in place of single page application, single document object model, what stay always. And this, it means a single page application, and index.html is always document object model through view source. But here actual is connected with the third element, the third document object model in React. It is virtual. And virtual document object model running, looking virtual, and the document object model. And in that virtual, we have event like on click, etc. And every event, if state changes, we have re-rendering new actual value. It means virtual value is a value what look at changes, and that changes compared with the actual value, and if there is a difference, we have would be re-rendering of component. Again, one document object model is a single page application, what we see HTML index.html. Second is actual document object model. Third document object model is virtual. Virtual document object model is something light in that running software. But if we said the document object model, it means must have place in memory, of course. Complete program, there is a memory in place. 1 and 0 bits running through memory. And if a virtual document object model is different from actual, it means that virtual document object became actual document object model, and the new virtual document object running to see changes, etc. And where we are now, okay, finished with the document object model story, and back to our code about delete. Okay, here we are. Read, here is a pause. Owner of this state is read. It means that delete function, what delete some post inside that, must be also here in component read. But when we see delete, what we delete? We can delete only members. Members inside of post, because inside the post, and if we delete all post would be empty. It means we cannot delete post state. We can delete only members of that array. We cannot delete array, we can delete members of that array. And this, it means delete is changes of state, and we cannot change, we cannot constant, when we declare with constant, it means that we cannot again and again assign to state other value. No, we cannot assign to post other value. Assign is here. And there is no other assign. We cannot write post equal something. No, it is impossible. But we can members change. We can member update, delete, add new members of arrays. And we call that mutate, like a cell. We can say that post is somebody, biologic body, and there is members is a cell of that body, and we can mutate that cell, but cannot all body mutate, only cells. And from that coming mutate, and immutable way. I already spoke about immutable way, but user state is here because of immutable way. And we all the time immutable update post, immutable update post, and it is by set post, and post and set post give us a user state, and the set post immutable update post, immutable update post, and it is mutate members. It is by mutating members inside of that post. But you will see how it is in example of delete. Let's go to continue. But state of I maybe for someone I slow and okay that people know about that, but this state, immutable update, delete, update state, delete state. It is very confused for beginner, and because of that I don't hurry with my explanation. I repeat a lot of, because I need that for me. I am a beginner but I beginner 2 years. 2 years I work this video, this playlist about new library, JavaScript. And I am very advanced beginner, but you are also advanced beginner if you learn by my video and learn your way. Every of us learning our way. Okay, post it is state. And we must delete. What we must delete? We must delete members of post. Here it is, members. One row, second row, it is members of post. And in button delete, we have post ID data. We know post ID for every delete button. But there is something interesting, and it is we are in read.js. Okay, we are in read.js. All that function is for post, for immutable update post, handle update post, and here is interesting. Okay, div class name, it is element, HTML element, but link is a React element. We take it from React library, React Router DOM library, React Router DOM, React Router DOM. Router, where is router? Must be link. Router is about link. And in return, we return that element. And that element link, React element, coming to us format. All is formatting by default. And the link, that React element is a child of read, of our component. Also link child. Create component is child of read, create component. Loader is component, React element, React component, child of read.js. And now is interesting. Table element, React element is child of read element. But table header is a child of table header, child of table. Table row is a child of table header. It is table is child, table header is grandchild of read, table row is grandchild, table header cell is grand for. I better numbering. Table header cell is 4 generation from up. Table header girl. Table row we have, it is 3 from up. Table header finished. Table body is like table header. It is second. Table is first generation. Table body is second. Table row is third. Table cell 4. 4 level of hierarchy. Update is 5 here, because update is inside cell. It is 5 generation. Update is 5 generation. It is 5 level. Button is 5 level. Button, because we see update form opened, or we see button. It is in cell. In cell. Also delete is in cell, and the table cell finished here. Here finished 4 level, but button and update is 5 level. For table row is a 3rd level, I think. Finished row and finished body and finished table. But in button, it means that button is update and delete. Update and delete. It is in 5 level, descending 5 level from parents. And in that 5 level, it is all I spoke about component, React component. 5 level, button is a React component coming from this package, what we semantic we don't. It is 5 descendant. And here we can access post ID, but that post ID is from post. Post is in parent, in 0 level. How can it be accessed by 5 level? And it is possible, what I explained, that step by step, every level have access because of closure. Have access to variable of top component. Okay, now we know how post ID come in here. We use it. We can go look at handle delete function. And again, important, here is a arrow function. Why? Because rendering would be execute, would be calling function if we write coding directly handle delete call function. If we want, because we don't want that it happen, we need handle delete activate only when we press delete button. We write handle delete calling function in body of arrow function. On click equal arrow function, and in body of arrow function would be execute when we click on the button, would be execute calling function handle delete. Let's go what happened when we click, what happened, what does handle update? Handle update is handle update is in this territory app of return. It is handle not update, handle delete. Here is handle update, handle delete. Here is handle delete. Handle delete equal arrow function equal asynchron keyword async. Always go with the wait. Where is the wait? Await. Here is await. It means starting asynchron process, we must await. And thanks to asynchron and await keywords, we can write this syntax almost as synchronize. And Axios library, method delete, go request to mock server. This is mock server. You can use this address in your application, but it can be deleted and you create your free mock server. And here is ID, very, very important. Dollar, curly brackets, ID. It is concretely ID what coming here in parameter ID. What coming from our click on delete. And every button of delete have ID, post.id. Now we know that is that ID. That ID is here in this address in request, and it goes. The request go to server. Server with the software on server, what not interested us. Update posts, update array. How no? No interesting for us. But what is interesting for us is response. Client server is always request response, server response. What server response? Server response server response that ID. That ID and what means here server response that ID. Here it is. What we send to server, same ID, server send response to us. Why? That we now immutable update our post in our application, in our running application. And we take it if all is okay. We use set post. We use set post and parameter of our set post. We create posts is existing our existing post. It is all complete, every post in place, because still we not remove deleted. Now, in this process, we must have new array, new posts, plural, without deleted post. How? Like here, it is original post, dot filter is method of array, concrete post. And here in this expression, what said this expression? It is arrow function where parameter post is every post of array posts, every post by post. Go to parameter, and in body we control condition post.id not equal ID, not equal this ID, not equal what we delete. It means, concretely expressions means, one post, go to filter, look at condition, and if don't satisfy condition, if not equal ID, stay in a new array. Filter always create new array. Second post, coming in expression, look at in condition, and if second post not satisfy this condition, not satisfy, if second post satisfy this condition, stay in new array. If the first post satisfies this condition, stay in array. If third post satisfies this condition, stay in posts new array, etc. But posts which don't satisfy this condition, post which post ID equal ID disappear, would be removed. There is no place. There is no place, not satisfied condition. And there is no place for a new array. After then, coming other post satisfied condition, stay in a new array. Every post who satisfy conditions stay in new array. Filter, create new array. This post is original array. Filter is a new array with post what satisfy condition. Only one post would not satisfy condition, and that post there is no place in a new array and would be disappear. And the set post function, immutable update, original state post with new filtered with new filtered posts. It is coding how we deleted one post in posts in array posts. When we spoke about state, we spoke here in this situation about posts, plural, array of posts. But when we spoke about delete, we delete post, one post singular inside, one member of array. Okay. If you know somebody that need videos like this, tell them about. If you like it, subscribe it, and engage, comment. Your engagement means growing our community around this video, and all we learn better. Thank you for watching this video.